And we welcome you to Flushing, New York Citi Field as the host for the Play-by-Play Sports Network here today, and the host for the hockey teams of Don Bosco and the Hun School of Princeton. A phenomenal opportunity for everyone involved here at Citi Field in Flushing, New York, as I just mentioned. But we are happy to be a part of this one and bring this game to you live. You see the players are on the ice, both teams, and we are going to jump into our pregame festivities. We will first focus on number 27 in white. Our play-by-player to watch is going to be Mickey Burns, and the captain, senior. He's a UVM commit, highly skilled forward, leads North Jersey with 29 points in 12 games. He was All-State last year, 138 career points, and that will put him among the tops, including his head coach, Greg Tosco's, in Don Bosco history. Mickey Burns, our play-by-player to watch for Don Bosco. On the other side, we've got another UVM commit, so two teammates that, they'll be teammates in the next couple of years, not teammates here today, but the man for the Raiders that we'll have an eye out for is Kyle Mandlor. He's leading the state of New Jersey. We're in New York, but he's leading the state of New Jersey in scoring 29 goals this year and 12 assists. He's got over 50% of the Hun School's goals this year. Again, a UVM commit and just a junior, so he will be playing alongside Mickey Burns in a couple years, but Burns graduating this year. Kyle Mandlor, a junior, and they got a good one at the Hun School. Again, scoring over 50% of the team's goals, and they're going to hope to get a little bit of extra help other than Kyle Mandlor if they want to knock off the number one rated hockey team in the state, and that is Don Bosco. We can take a look at the starting lineups of both the Ironmen and the Hun School of Princeton. We will look at the Hun School of Princeton first, and the top line will be Mandlor, Nelson, and Herbert. With the defensive pairing in Aiden McDowell and Eddie Ivaldi. Jackson Cole is between the pipes for the Hun School of Princeton. He's just a sophomore. He was unexpected forced into action last year, and he took it in stride. And he's got some quality experience already as a young goaltender between the pipes. And there's the same can be said for Don Bosco. They've got a young goalie as well, as we'll look at their starting lineup. And the top line of Sedlak, Konishi, and Burns. Burns in the middle, Sedlak and Konishi alongside him. And the top defensive pairing, Campo as they call it, Campo Minosi. John Campo Minosi, as well as George Weiner, two captains anchoring the back for head coach George Toscos. So as the players continue to get warmed up, still a couple of minutes before we start this one, we'll meet both coaches and head into the coaches' corner. Starting with Greg Toscos. Again, the head man of this Don Bosco Ironmen team after putting together an incredible career in an Ironman uniform. 12th season as the head coach. He graduated in 1994. 129 goals career at Don Bosco. That leads all players who have ever played for the Ironmen, on 100 assists as well, 100 assists on the dot. He was the 94 New Jersey High School Player of the Year in that year, and he led his team to their first NJSIAA Finals appearance. He's done so many more times as a head coach. On the other side, Ian McNally. He's in his 7th season as the head coach. An Ontario native, came to the area to play for Princeton University, and he did that for a couple of years. He was the 2013-2014 Coach of the Year by the Trenton Times, 7th season at the Hun School, and he's done a phenomenal job making improvements every single year with this squad. And this year, off to a good start, 7-3-2. And their biggest test to date against Don Bosco, who's coming in at 11-0-1. Talking to head coach McNally before the game, said some of the keys. Battle of the top lines. We're going to see 2 high-powered top lines for Hun. We mentioned Mandler and company, McDowell and Nelson alongside him, but that line has done the majority of the scoring for the Hun school this year. And on the other side for Don Bosco, their top line of Konishi, Sedlak, and Burns have also done some damage. A little bit warmer than we thought, relatively speaking. Still pretty freezing out, but we'll take it for what we expected was going to be an extremely cold day. It's certainly playable, and it actually probably is pretty ideal conditions to play outdoors. It's not too cold that you can't feel your fingers and toes, but it's not too warm that the surface shouldn't be too much of an issue. Obviously, playing on this outdoor surface is something that these teams have not done before. This season, I should say. Don Bosco did have the opportunity to play in the 2014, well, as part of the 2014 NHL Winter Classic, which was at Yankee Stadium. So they were able to do that, and head coach Greg Tosco said he was extremely lucky to be a part of that event. And watching the games yesterday, or a couple days ago, seeing Buffalo play against New York, and watching the interviews after the game with the players and how they came up and spoke about their experience and how special it was. So I think nobody is going to be taking for granted how special it is to play in an environment like this on the same very ice that they saw some of their heroes play just a couple of days ago. Well, we're excited for this one. Don Bosco without their starting goaltender in Max Schwartz. He's a junior from Tenafly, New Jersey. He's played a number of games this year, 7.5, but he's injured. So Connor Callahan is the goalie who steps in his stead and has done a nice job. Of course, both teams have had success this year.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to
as we'll pump up the Nat sound to introduce you to this event.
And the Hun School of Princeton Raiders. Now for the starting lineup for the Ironmen. Number 1, Max Schwartz. Number 2, Liam McClinsky. Number 3, Jake Geraci. Number 4, Mark Garfield. Number 5, TJ Schweiger. Number 6, Damian Carfagna. Number 7, Jake Howard. One of the captains, number 8, George Weiner. Number 9, Tristan Fries. Number 11, John Papandrea. Number 12, Michael Forgione. Number 13, Will Fortescue. Number 14, one of the captains, John Campanosi. Number 16, Graham Garlasco. Number 17, Tyler Sedlak. Number 18, Connor Sedlak. Number 19, Tsubasa Konishi. Number 20, Zach Hammond. Number 21, Troy Clement. Number 22, Matt Freitas. Number 23, Simon Akhtar. Number 24, Robbie Greenleaf. Number 27, Michael Rubin. One of the captains, number 27, Mickey Burns. Number 28, Hunter McGee. One of the captains, number 31, Connor Callahan. And number 35, Kevin Rose. The starting goalie for the Ironmen will be number 31, Connor Callahan. The Ironmen are coached by head coach entering his 12th season, Mr. Greg Toscas. He's assisted by Sean Foy, Andrew Steffi, Chris Mateo, Brian McAleer, and their athletic trainer is Martian Zors. And now for the members of the Hunt School Raiders. Number 2, Chris Brink. Number 3, Zach Wellman. Number 4, Eddie Ovalde. Number 5, Max Schmuckler. Number 6, Joey Hoffman. Number 7, Brian Nelson. Number 9, Hayden Watson. Number 11, Nick DeMotos. Number 12, Matt Argina. Number 13, Joey Corcoran. One of the captains for the Raiders, number 14, Guillaume Herbert. Number 15, Kyle DePalma. Number 16, Brendan Bowercheck. Number 17, Nick Aubrey. One of the captains for the Raiders, number 18, James McCall. Number 19, Paul Argerio. One of the captains, number 20, Kyle Mandler. Number 21, Aiden McDowell. Number 30, Jack Carney. And number 35, Jackson Cole. The starting goalie for the Raiders is number 35, Jackson Cole. The coaches for the Raiders, the head coach entering his 8th season is Mr. Ian McNally. He's assisted by Brendan Bendorf, James Nealing, and Molly O'Sullivan. The athletic trainer for the Raiders is Miss Laura Lepore. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise and remove your hat to honor America with playing of the national anthem.
All right, let's play some hockey on the outdoor ice here at Citi Field. And the Hunt School of Princeton on the ice. They come out in their pretty cool looking black jerseys, a tan stripe across the middle. Well, Don Bosco in the maroon, as we will have a ceremonial first puck drop.
Amherstburg, Ontario. A former Princeton University standout, Kevin Westcraft. Kevin enjoyed 9 years in the pros, stopped playing for the Carolina Hurricanes, the Calgary Flames, and his last stint was with the Los Angeles Kings, where he lifted the Stanley Cup as a member of the 2012 championship team. Please welcome Kevin Westcraft.
All right, we've got the ceremonial puck drop out of the way. And onwards to some hockey and the gameplay between Don Bosco and Hun. Again, Don Bosco 11-0-1, the top team as ranked by NJ.com in the state of New Jersey. with weapons all across the ice. And the Hun School of Princeton, the Raiders coming in at 7-3-2. Scoring 5 goals per game are the Hun School of Princeton Raiders. They've been doing well, putting the puck in the back of the net. So if things go the way that the seasons have gone for each of these teams, we could be seeing a number of goals here today, and that's what everybody wants to see, isn't it? Unless you're a goalie between the pipes. Again, 2 young guns in net for each respective team. Jackson Cole for Hun, just a sophomore, and Connor Callahan, a freshman from Upper Saddle River, New Jersey, who is replacing Max Schwartz. Schwartz was announced as a starter here, as all of the players were. Pretty cool to hear your name called on the PA system at Citi Field, but the players now on the ice, and the first lines will do battle. And we are off. It's won by Don Bosco, as a plane flies overhead here at Citi Field. And Don Bosco with an early chance and an early goal. An early 1-0 lead for the Iron Men of Don Bosco, 14 seconds in. Don Bosco wins the next ensuing face-off. It was Sedlak with the official tally. Campo, as they call him, at Don Bosco with the assist.
15 seconds.
That's Sedlak's goal with 15 seconds off the clock, is his 15th of the season. A pure goal scorer from Wyckoff, New Jersey, Tyler Sedlak. Also has a brother playing in this game that will call. Connor Sedlak is on the third line for Don Bosco, just a freshman. But Tyler scoring the first goal here, as the Hun School tries to get it out of their own zone, but it's Don Bosco who receives at the blue line, comes through the point, and comes through the slot. And around it goes as it wheels back to the blue line, where Don Bosco is able to play it in. Battle here on the near side, as the Hun School will work this one all the way down, and no icing as Don Bosco goes to retrieve in the back. Do our best to identify the numbers of the jerseys. Both teams not wearing jerseys that are, let's say, broadcaster friendly. And a fast-moving sport makes it a little bit difficult to identify the players, but we'll do our best. And certainly have some help from the PA announcer when we have official goal tallies. This is Campo. And another shot will sneak in off the goal line. I think Hun saved it. And we'll have a face-off, but that one almost squeaked in for yet another goal. But we will have a face-off in the offensive end for Don Bosco. Hun School of Princeton winning this one, clearing it all the way down. Should be an icing, and it is. There's Nick Aubrey. Check that, Brandon Morocek, who cleared it away for Hun. But we'll do it again here with just 2 minutes and 4 seconds gone by in the first period. 1-0 Don Bosco lead on a Tyler Sedlak goal. Battle in the corner, 2 for each team. And spun in by Don Bosco. As they get this one ahead, Manlord leaves it off. And Don Bosco is able to win it in the neutral zone and bring it back deep into Hun territory. Here's Brian Nelson, who will go backwards to Brendan Morocek. And he tries to start the offense for Hun deep in his territory. Again, Don Bosco spacing themselves out very well. Yet another turnover in neutral ice. As Hun looking to get onto the attack, Kyle DePalma was making a run down the far side, but it was intercepted yet again. And now wheeling through is Konishi. Gets it down near the slot as it comes down. And now a shot from the point is blocked. And up ahead we go. It's a possible chance for Hun. If they can catch up to it, they do, but it's a save made by Callahan as Brandon Morocek had a point-blank opportunity. Check that, it was Kyle DePalma.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you own a
So the best opportunity for the Hun School of Princeton thus far. Good save made by Callahan. And on the ensuing face-off, the puck is won by Don Bosco, and they flip it into the offensive end. This one from the point. And deflected as it comes back to the near side, now behind the cage. Still there, and Hun will come away with it. Good defense and a penalty upcoming against Don Bosco. And now the whistle will sound. This is one of the things that the Hun School of Princeton has focused on all year, has been strong at all year, being on the power play. And Coach McNally knows that in games like this, when you're going up against such a formidable opponent, the power play and the special teams opportunities are that much more important. Kyle Manlor out there, he has been a monster on the power play all season long. So keep an eye out for number 20, junior from East Brunswick, New Jersey. Don Bosco winning the faceoff, and this one just coming out of the zone and back in off sides. As Herbert was the one to bring it back in offside. So 10:46 to go in the first period. You got to look at the Don Bosco side. Greg Toskos, the head coach. And back to the action we go. With the Hun School trying to set up their power play unit. And able to weave in was number 11, Nick DeMattos. Lofted all the way down. And this will be a good clear by Don Bosco as they take some time off the clock. 1:18 and counting remaining on the penalty. Went against Simon Akhtar. By the way, Simon Rosenwasser here with you on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Glad you could join us for a special presentation of high school hockey live from Citi Field. Cover up here by Callahan. 54 seconds remaining on the minor. And just over 5 minutes into this first period, still the only goal of the game, a Tyler Sedlak score within the first 15 seconds. As Hun wins this one, and now they're able to set up. Shot comes on. Another one is covered up by Callahan on the angled shot, but he had it covered. And we'll do it again with another face-off. A couple switches for Don Bosco as they keep their legs fresh. One by Hun. Morochek slides in. Oh, another save. Glove save, and then another opportunity right in front. And another great save made by Callahan, stonewalling Morochek. Another face-off onto the stick of the Hun School, but Don Bosco will follow it into the corner. Hun trying to pin it there. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. And this one kept in nicely with the skate. All the way behind is Morochek, who starts from behind his net. A turnover here, and Don Bosco's got it in the offensive zone. Not for long, as here comes Hun moving right or left to right. Morochek fighting as it finds its way here into the near corner. Here's a turnover and a shot by Don Bosco. Stick down by Jackson Cole. Aiden McDowell comes back. Junior defender, a transfer to the Hun School of Princeton, but he logs a ton of minutes for Hun in all situations. And into the offensive zone, here's an opportunity. Trying to slide it towards the middle, and Hun did well to defend that odd man rush. Back into the zone it comes. It's Mickey Burns who gives chase for Don Bosco. The senior captain. But Hun yet again doing well on offense. Able to stay in on side, and this one is lofted out of play over the ice and out into right field. So Hun now with a face-off in the offensive zone. Good pace to the game and opportunities on both sides since the early Sedlak goal. Dummied around by Matt Argentina. Little shove in the back by Kyle Mandlor. And a good spin move as Forgione gets it deep, and then Hun able to go off on a line change. From back behind their net, Don Bosco plays. And it's Campanosi who starts the rush the other way. And Hun now with an opportunity moving left to right. As this one is slid through, and I don't think he knows where the puck is. Callahan, whistle comes, and now we've got some extracurricular activity. That was a beautiful, beautiful pass. And a phenomenal opportunity by the Hun School. And Callahan was able to stop it before it went to the back of the net. They were trying to slide it through the 5-hole. And they did call a penalty on the play on Joey Corcoran. Senior from Basking Ridge called for cross-checking, so he's in the box for 2 minutes, and now Don Bosco has their first power play opportunity. Quick puck movement on the far side. And right in the middle, it's a goal. Don Bosco up 2-0. George Weiner, I believe, is the one who's going to get credit for the goal. We'll wait to hear from the official PA announcer, but that'll do it for the penalty. Just 8 seconds into the power play. Don Bosco now leads 2-0.
Ironman's goal scored by number 8, George
It is the captain,
Assisted
George
by
Weiner.
number 19.
Uncommitted for next year. That's his 5th goal of the season, 4 assists as well. And he is a strong defensive presence for the Ironmen and has got a scoring touch, as he just showed. Temperatures continue to drop as the sun goes down here in Flushing. And Don Bosco leads 2-0 here. And this outdoor matchup between the Raiders and the Ironmen. Another opportunity. And this one saved by Cole. Don Bosco, a team with 15 returners from last year's state finalist team. And still have some new guns into the lineup. 10 first-year varsity players, as off the face-off, another glove save made by Cole. He'll have to be very busy today and play very well to keep hunting this game. The Raiders certainly can score with the best of them. Shootouts are their specialty. They're scoring 5 goals per game, but giving up a good number of them as well. On the rush the other way. It's Mandlore working for it. Good swing across the blue line as they dump it again down deep. Looking for Mandlore. And Mandlore was able to slide it down across the boards, but it's Don Bosco who comes up with it. And a save made by Jackson Cole with the pad. Graham Garlasco of Don Bosco brings it in. The shot goes wide as the puck pops out to neutral ice. Then intercepted by the Ironmen. And here's Clement, Troy Clement. And this one will come all the way down for an icing, an errant pass. They were looking for Mandlore, and he'll go off for a change. So 4:24 to go here in the first quarter. First period, I should say. And it is a 2-0 Don Bosco lead here at Citi Field. Ironmen with a shot from the point. And Weiner's shot was deflected by Cole out of play. We hope you're enjoying from the warm comforts of wherever you are, as we are enjoying from not so warm comforts here at Citi Field. Matt Freitas for Don Bosco keeps it in the zone, centered, and the shot goes just wide. And out of play it comes. As you hear some noise, some hecklers pointing towards the ice. We've got some faithful from both Don Bosco and the Hun School of Princeton here in attendance, and they have been filling the stadium with decibels. Another shot and a goal on the rebound. Don Bosco up 3-0. 3:24 to go in the first period. Initial save made by Cole. On the backside there was a follow, and it was cashed home by the Iron Men. Right back onto the attack goes Don Bosco with Garlasco. Garlasco, the fourth Garlasco to suit up for the Iron Men. His brother Hunter scored the game winner at Yankee Stadium when the Iron Men played outdoors in 2014. Oh, here's an opportunity. It's Manlor with a teammate, and the chance goes awry for Hun as Cole slaps it to the near side. And back out to neutral ice it comes, where Don Bosco is able to control. Robbie Greenleaf, by the way, credit for the goal. That is his fourth of the season. A sophomore from Garnerville, New York. And the third for Don Bosco, again, as George Weiner, as well as Tyler Sedlak were able to put one home. Another save made by Cole. He's been a busy man here in the first period. Sophomore from Newark, New Jersey. And across the goal mouth it comes into the corner. Stalemate here as the puck pops back out to the blue line, and now it's Don Bosco who has control with Tsubasa Konishi. Konishi, undecided senior, fluent skater, high-end skill, said his coach, as he walks all the way in, and Burns it was who was unable to put it past Jackson Cole, but another good opportunity for the Iron Man. 1:41 to go in the first period. Morochik weaving his way, finding a teammate to bring it out of his own defensive zone. And yet again, Don Bosco doing well in the neutral zone to win possession right back and dump it in deep. The blue line it comes, and a shot comes on that was deflected wide. Behind the net. Hun winning it back with Morochek. Giving chase Garlasco for Don Bosco. And Liam McClinsky, junior forward from behind. And intercepted, and here's Hahn. Matt Argentina in there offensively for the Hun School of Princeton. He's committed to play at Notre Dame, just a freshman. Five seconds to go here in the first period. And the horn sounds here at Citi Field, and after one period of play, it's Hun 0, Don Bosco Prep 3. This is live high school hockey on the Play-by-Play Sports Network, and we'll take a break, be back for the second period of action here from Citi Field in Flushing, New York. From Citi Field, the start of the second period between Don Bosco and the Hun School of Princeton. The ice is zambonied. And we're back out wide here in Flushing, the home of the Mets. The ice where the Rangers and the Sabres took the ice against each other just a couple of days ago. And now the teams will switch sides of the ice as we will start the second period with Don Bosco leading 3-0. Goals in the first period for Don Bosco by Sedlock, Wiener, and Robbie Greenleaf. And we're off here in the second period. A shot comes in, and it's saved by Cole as it's swept away to the near side, and Hun looks to break out. But back out it comes to neutral ice where Don Bosco is able to pick it up and bring it over to the blue line. Gliding into the corner and playing it across all the way back up to the blue line where George Wiener's waiting. Wiener eyeing his options, going right back to where it came from, around the boards, and Mandlor will take it the other way. Puck sliding very quickly here with a fresh Zamboni. As it's deflected to the defense of Hun. And dumped in deep, where Matt Argentina will give it chase. And now Brendan Morochek, junior from Morristown, New Jersey. We have a whistle and a stoppage of play here, just a minute and 20 seconds into the second period. Right off the face-off, a shot goes wide, sliding across the ice, but it'll stay in the zone. Back in by Will Fortescue, a sophomore from Pearl River, New Jersey, of Don Bosco. Deflected away, and now Hun getting it deep with Guillaume Herbert from Quebec, Canada. As was deflected and went wide. Icing here against Don Bosco. Excuse me, against the Hun School. So a face-off in the offensive zone for Don Bosco. Mentioned Will Fortescue just a moment ago. His father went to Don Bosco and played hockey for the Ironmen. His dad named Billy. And John Campomenosi also had his father go to Don Bosco as Clark sprawls out to make the save. Excuse me, Jackson Cole. Bob Campomenosi also played for Don Bosco. Certainly a family affair over at Don Bosco. Puck squirts free in the back, and I think we're going to have a cross-checking penalty here against Hun. As somebody's going to the sin bin, and I think it's Matt Argentina. Check, that's Joey Corcoran, senior from Basking Ridge, committing the penalty, and a power play opportunity here for Don Bosco. Check that, misread the jersey. It is Argentina. Matt Argentina, freshman from Philly. Sliding in, a shot and a goal for number 27, and Mickey Burns, the captain, puts one in. And another quick power play for Don Bosco as they now lead 4-0, 2 for 2 on the power play. Now 14 goals this year in 47 chances, a clip of just about 28%. And the Ironmen now lead by 4.
Power play goal scored by the Ironmen. Goal by number 24, Robbie Greenleaf. Assisted by number 27, Mickey Burns. And number 17, Tyler Sedlak.
So Tyler Sedlak on the assist for Don Bosco. $11:18 to go here in period number 2. Simon Rosenwasser here with you on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Josh Sperber, our director. As Hun looks to get something going offensively. Big hit as Don Bosco was able to lay a body out. I believe that was George Weiner laying down the punishment. But Hun able to win it back as they try to get into the zone yet again, giving chase number 14 and Herbert.
Correction on that last goal. The goal scored by number 27, Mickey Burns.
So you just might have heard Mickey Burns announced as the official goal scorer on that power play opportunity, as Don Bosco will now be shorthanded, and Hun goes on the power play. Troy Clement called for a penalty.
Penalty on number 21, Troy Clement. High sticking. Time of the penalty.
High sticking is the call.
Number 10.
And the faceout comes out to neutral ice. Banged off the boards as Hun collects it right at the Winter Classic logo at mid-ice. Coming out of the cage, Connor Callahan. Now Don Bosco will be able to get out of the zone, and they might have an opportunity, though this one's going to get in on Cole. Before Tyler Sedlak could get there. Trying to get out of their own zone. It's Eddie Evaldi who had it taken away. Now giving chase the other way, it's Mickey Burns. Burns leaves it in the corner. And it was George Weiner who was the last to touch for Don Bosco, but now Hun moving right to left. And the Raiders are going to have to check back as their pass takes them out of the zone. But right back in they come. Looming in the middle was Evaldi, but they couldn't feed him. Evaldi, a sophomore. Very small in size, but he's crafty with the puck. Moved back to defense this year to fill a necessary hole. But he is a key player on the rush and on the power play for the Hun School of Princeton. 3 goals this year, 20 assists. So the defender may be playing a new position here in his sophomore season. And it's still getting in on the scoring action one way or another. As the Iron Men, with 15 seconds left on the power play, will be able to clear the zone yet again. And that will just about do it for the odd man advantage for the Raiders. Oh, here's a potential 3-on-2 if they execute well. It's Kyle DePalma fighting for Hun. Well, yet again, the back line of Don Bosco doing well. And icing is the call as it comes all the way down, and the power play was over. TJ Schweigart on the defense, D1 prospect for Don Bosco. Smooth skater. Head coach Greg Tosco said he makes great first passes out of the zone. He usually is paired up with Tristan Freeze on the other side. Up and down the roster, you've got some good-looking hockey players on the Ironmen. The number one team in the state of New Jersey, as this one is popped out to neutral ice. And Don Bosco on the attack. Save has to be made by Cole, but right back into the middle. And it eventually trickles away where Hun and Mandlor takes it. It's Mandlor with Argentina and Brian Nelson behind him. Nelson lost it, but was able to get it to Evaldi. Well done. And comes back and shoots. It didn't get through, though. Eight minutes to go here in period number 2. Still 4-0. 3 goals scored in the first period by Don Bosco, as here's Mandlor, who's still left scoreless. He talked about the potent offense of Don Bosco. Well, potentially the most potent offensive player on the ice right now is Kyle Mandlor. He's been held in check. 29 goals this season for the senior in just 12 games. 7 hat tricks. Neutral ice face-off. And it's quickly won by Hun. DePalma spins it deep. And this shot is deflected away by Cole. Another whistle and a halt to play. Quick look at Hun's recent results. Playing in the Purple Puck tournament. Went 2-2 in that tourney. And before that, number of good wins, and they've been playing good hockey. This is Sedlak. Still carries. Sedlak now gets in middle. A great shot that goes off the pipe. Konishi nearly made it 5-0. And he beat Jackson Cole, but it rung off the crossbar. Sedlak again. Tyler Sedlak, the junior forward. Scoring the first goal of the game just 14 seconds in. Now it's Wiener keeping it in. Burns, and a slap shot that finds the back of the net. Burns set it up, will get credit for the assist. I'll wait till hear the official call on the goal scorer, but a 5-0 lead here for Don Bosco in period number 2. A rocket past the sophomore goaltender. Skated down by Tristan Freeze, defender for Don Bosco. And Hun doing well on the forecheck. Turns them over. Here's a shot. Glove down by Connor Callahan. As yet another turnover happens in the offensive zone for Hun. Still looking to get on the board. Just about 2/3 of the way done the second period. On a freezing evening from Citi Field. Jake Howard gets credit for the goal. Though, if Jake Howard really did get credit for that goal, the freshman from Pompton Lakes, I think that may have been a mistake, because if it is, it would make sense that they would mistake calling Tyler Sedlak's name, who's number 17, and there's the correction. Tyler Sedlak with a blistering slap shot for the goal, and they just made that correction. So it's Sedlak with his second goal of the game. Sedlak from Burns. And they're looking for more back on the power play as Kyle Mandlor's in the box. Yet again, right in front, an easy goal, George Weiner. And Don Bosco pours it on as they lead 6-0. And now 3 of 3 on the power play are the Iron Men of Don Bosco. Playing in the home stadium of the Yankees just a few years ago in 2014. And a new group of kids get to play in the home stadium of the Mets and perform well, up 6-0 here with 4:34 to go in the second period.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that the concession stand will be closing in 10 minutes. 10 minutes and the concession stands will be closed. Last Ironman goal was scored by number 8, George Werner. Assisted by number 19.
George Weiner with the
Subase
goal, and Subaso Kunishi gets yet another assist, his 12th of the year. And Don Bosco has put up 3 goals in each period. Doesn't matter the score, though, and same can be said in a lot of games. Doesn't matter the score as long as you have fun, the old adage. But I think it holds true here today for these players more than any other day playing on this surface in this stadium. Take it all in. And you play to the very last whistle regardless of what it says on the scoreboard, as we've got another whistle. And an offsides called against Don Bosco. So 2 goals for number 17 and Tyler Sedlak. Top line has been as advertised today for Don Bosco, as body goes flying, and a shot comes on, but it doesn't get through. It was blocked down by the Huns' Brandon Morocek. Paul Argarou behind the net, but now Don Bosco nearly coming away with a turnover, but it's Hun racing the other way. It's a foot race and won by Don Bosco. Slid through. And a good long pass for Argaru as it slapped back in, and boy, that was a good shot by Morochik from beyond the blue line. It sailed high. Back to McDowell, who will dump it back in for Hun. 2 minutes to go in period number 2. 6-0 the score for Don Bosco. And gliding in is Liam McClinsky. And he gets it back towards the blue line, and then it's wristed all the way around again to the near corner. Schweigart receives, and now the lefty shot from Connor Sedlak was deflected to the far side, and Hun's able to clear the zone as both teams go off on a line change. Don Bosco right back into the zone, and a shot goes wide. As Tristan Freeze looking for the back of the net, but a long rebound for Kyle DePalma. DePalma halts his momentum, gets some help from the blue line. This shot deflected. Here's a good opportunity and a great save made by Connor Callahan, stonewalling Matt Argentina. Argentina had a sliver of daylight through the net, but good work by Callahan to rotate over the freshman. Again, who is not the starting goaltender at the beginning of the season, is the other way. A shot from Don Bosco. And the rebound picked up by Hun. Callahan filling in for Max Schwartz. But if you're playing between the pipes for the number 1 ranked team, as a good dangle here by Michael Forgione. And a goal for the Don Bosco Ironmen yet again, 7-0 with 35 seconds left here in period number 2. Forgione will get credit for at least an assist there.
Ironman goal scored by number 8, George Wiener.
George Wiener, yet another goal. He's got 2 now. So Wiener with 2, Sedlak with 2. You can bet that the 2 of them are probably racing to get to the hat trick. Ironmen looking for more. Walking with it is Graham Garlasco. Behind it comes now. Hun starts from their defensive zone. Hayden Watson has to spin it back. And Eddie Evaldi with some quick passing back up to the neutral zone. And the time runs out here at the end of the second period. The score 7-0. Don Bosco leads the Hun School of Princeton. A football score, but it's a hockey game in a baseball stadium. And we'll be back for the third period as Don Bosco leads by 7 here in this outdoor game at Citi Field. Quick intermission here for the time between the second and third period. So we begin the third period, 7-0 Don Bosco. And the Hunt School with a good opportunity, but the save made. It was James McCall on the break, but he couldn't finish. Kevin Rose, the new goalie between the pipes for Don Bosco. As Manlor is able to get it behind the cage, and he's pinned up there by Don Bosco and Wiener.
Now in net for Don Bosco, number 35, Kevin Rose.
Just a minute into this third period, 7-0 the score. Don Bosco leads. And the Ironmen got a shot on, courtesy of Hayden Watson. And then he gives chase, still has it. Spun back into the corner. And waffled away by number 12 in Matt Argentina, but it stays in the zone. This time it'll be Morocek who looks to clear. A shot that goes wide. Picked up by McDowell. Couldn't clear. Another shot will come across the goal mouth. And to the near side, it's fought for. Eventually pops out to neutral ice, so Don Bosco has to touch up. Right back in. And they put on a strong forecheck. Till Nelson's able to get it out of the zone. And now it's Graham Garlasco, who helped bring it into the offensive zone yet again for Don Bosco, but taken away. And a rush for McDowell. Hayden McDowell gets it into a dangerous area. Looming there was Nick Aubrey. Went back the other way. A rush for the Ironmen. Slap to the far side. Shot comes on. And it actually finds its way into the equipment of Jackson Cole. There's Jackson Cole, the goaltender. Both players now between the pipes have number 35 on, with Kevin Rose of Don Bosco. Also a freshman, and Cole the sophomore. Christopher Brake out there, trying to get possession back for the Hunt School of Princeton. And here on the near side, it's Argaroo. Deep in the zone it goes. Bowman Osi, the one who started the rush for Don Bosco, and now Robbie Greenleaf into the corner, trying to center. Still has it, and works it to the far side. Back to the far side. And it's Matt Freitas. The possession won back by Hunt, and here's Brake. Here comes Don Bosco again. Penalty comes up, and this is going to go against the Ironmen. It's number 19 stepping into the box, Tsubasa Konishi. Meanwhile, looks like we'll have a timeout.
On the Ironman, number 19, Tsubasa.
So 10:35 to go here in the
Crosscheck.
third period.
Penalty.
I have the opportunity to take a look at some of the recent results for Don Bosco as well. Let's just look at their upcoming schedule. This is all of the schedule coming up for Don Bosco in January. Big rivalries coming up. Morristown Bear, Del Barton, St. Augustine, St. Peter's Prep, and Pope John to wrap up January for Don Bosco. Still undefeated to this point and looking like they will stay that way through this outdoor event at Citi Field. But on to the penalty kill they go. With 10:35 remaining here in the third period. Here's Mandlore, point blank, another save made by Callahan. This might be the best opportunity in recent memory for Hun to score, but now it's Don Bosco back on the attack. Short-handed, possessing in the zone. And now possessing out of the zone all the way back in front of their own goaltender. Goes Tyler Sedlak. He scored 2 goals in this game, including one in the first 15 seconds. Receives back across the blue line, puts one on and in. Tyler Sedlak with a blistering wrister, and it's a hat trick. The junior from Wyckoff, New Jersey makes it 8-0 Don Bosco. And the Ironmen are 4 for 4 on the power play. Excuse me, that was a shorthanded goal. So they're 1 for, 4 on the penalty kill. But Hun remains on the power play, still an odd man advantage, as Sedlak was able to put that one in shorthanded.
Goal from number 17, Tyler Sedlak.
And Sedlak showing it all.
By number 27, Mickey Burns.
He scored one right in front of the net, kind of slid one through the 5-hole of the goalie, 14 seconds in. His second goal was a power play goal as Hun's able to get this one deep, and it's covered up by Callahan. And Sedlak's second power play goal was just a ridiculous slap shot, courtesy of Mickey Burns, who set him up. And then showing the wrist shot capability and hitting the target just under the crossbar to beat the sophomore goaltender in Cole. And the third goal of the game for Tyler Sedlak. 6 minutes into this third period, or just about. Possession for Don Bosco again as the pass goes a little too far. And Hun's able to get possession back with Matt Argentina. Dump it in and then take a big hit. And a penalty is going to come up against Don Bosco. That was pretty obvious charging penalty or some sort of illegal play by Don Bosco as he was trying to enter the zone. Interference. And now Don Bosco back on the penalty kill. This time it's number 28 in the box, and that is
Ironman penalty with number 28.
Hunter McGee.
Hunter McGee for holding. 2-minute penalty, holding.
Two on one, shorthanded for Don Bosco yet again. Shot is saved by Jackson Cole. And back the other way come the Raiders, 3 on 2. Led by number 15 and Kyle DePalma, senior from Point Pleasant. Now Matt Argentina. Working dangerously close to the blue line and lucky to keep it in the zone here. This shot, rebound opportunity after the shot by DePalma, and it'll stay with Hun. Juicy rebound that time by Callahan. Now it's Evaldi. To the far side, he finds Joey Corcoran. And now Mandlore. One more pass to the far side, and a shot will go wide and spin along the boards on the near side. Stay in the zone. Trying to work it to the middle, and Callahan was able to get a touch and guide it wide. Stays with Hun, though. 45 seconds left on the power play. The McGee minor. Don Bosco able to clear the zone. Courtesy of number 4 and Mark Garfinkel, junior defender from Oakland, New Jersey. 31 seconds left on the power play. As the faceoff will bring us back into the offensive zone for Hun. Turnover, though, at neutral ice. And here's Don Bosco on the attack. The whistle will halt play offsides. So we come out back to the neutral zone. As the temperature continues to drop here at Citi Field. It'll be a much different feel and look when the New York Mets take the field here in this ballpark in April. Hopefully no snow on the ground by that point. But you never know. Had some weird things happen weather-wise the last couple of years. Currently going through a pretty drastic cold front on the East Coast. With speed, Don Bosco into the middle. Defensive Hun able to wrestle that one away as they deflect it deep into the zone. And it's Chris Brake who goes out on a line change. And the new men on the ice will have to get right back on D. 2 on 2 for Don Bosco. Good stick work. And then after the whistle, we had some shoving going on. In a hockey game, you usually see things get physical when one team is vastly outscoring the other. But certainly nobody wants to spoil the evening here on the ice of Citi Field. This face-off won by Don Bosco. Right out in front. Now in the back to the blue line they go as the shot will be deflected down. And out it comes, possession for Hun, numbers for Hun. Pass goes to the far side, Mandlore was around. And now it's Mandlore again, who tries to dump it back into the zone, but pops out to the neutral zone. Here comes DePalma. Right, quickly as I say that, Don Bosco back on the puck. Liam McClinsky glides all the way through, put it in a dangerous area, but a whiff right in front of the net. dumped in deep by the Huns' Hayden Watson. Here's a penalty coming up as Hun was working in a good offensive area. Going to go against Will Fortescue, I believe. With 4:37 to go in period number 3.
Ironman penalty on number 13, Will Fortescue, holding.
Will Fortescue in the box for a holding penalty. Let's see if Hun can get on the board.
Holding, 2 minutes.
Nelson playing catch and receiving back here. Dummying it and allowing Nick Aubrey to play. Now it's Aubrey trying to work towards the middle. Aubrey working hard and getting it back to Nelson in the corner. Back up to the blue line. Shot comes in, deflected wide. As Nelson controls, trying to center yet again. It's kicked behind the net. And Don Bosco trying to clear, but unable to do so. Good work by Morocek. And now back down, and a goal for Hun. They're on the board. It's Brian Nelson, the junior from Yardley, who puts one in. 11 minutes and 7 seconds into the third period. The Raiders of Hun are on the board, and they're faithful. Let them hear it. Power play goal for the Hun School of Princeton. They're going to go right back on the power play as Mandlor was trying to gain a head of steam off the faceoff and he was tripped. So if you're Hun, you're feeling pretty good about just the opportunity to get some good offensive chances here in the remaining minutes. As before you know it, this whole experience will be done. And you'll be back to playing in measly ice rinks.
Brendan Morocek. And number 18.
Here's Mandlor. And cleared away by Don Bosco.
Ironman's penalty, number 18.
It's Aiden McDowell behind, who starts the rush for the Hun School. And now Mandlor right up the gut.
Tripping.
Mandlor stays with it, knocked off the puck, but he's able to get it to Matt Argentina. Argentina holds, stops his momentum, slides it across the blue line, and a shot comes in wide. Or it pops back out, and Argentina has to spin off his man to keep possession. Mandlor in the neutral zone, brings it across the blue line. Gets it to his man. It was a good pass, or a good idea at least, by Eddie Evaldi. Just off timing with his teammate. And with under 3 minutes to go in the third period. .45 seconds left on the power play. Slide it across here to McDowell. As the puck squirts free and cleared away by Don Bosco under 30 seconds on the McGee minor. Excuse me, the last penalty against Connor Sedlak. Gliding through is Nick Aubrey. And he loses possession. Back to the blue line, Hun. Pops up near the near boards, where Chris Brake takes it. Breaks it, gets it down low, and now tries to get it back up to the blue line. A good shot comes in from the point off the stick of Brandon Morocek. It was deflected and looked like a good opportunity, but it went wide. Now Morocek standing his ground and able to keep that one from going into the offensive zone for Don Bosco. Only for the moment, as the Ironmen right on the attack and a point-blank opportunity. A save here made by Cole. And this one squirts in a little weaker on Cole, and he covers up with 1:14 to go. Upcoming games for the Hun School of Princeton. A little bit busier in the next couple of weeks than Don Bosco is. Play St. Joseph Metuchen, Wyoming Seminary, St. Seton Hall Prep. And then they'll start with some Maple foes with Lawrenceville and the Hill School. An 8-1 score.
One minute left in the game.
Under a minute to play here in this one. It's been all Don Bosco since the first 15 seconds. Tyler Sedlak scored, and that set the tone. Sedlak going on to score a hat trick. Wiener with 2 goals. Mickey Burns with a goal. As they try to slam one in deep, but Jackson Cole, I should call him Stonewall Jackson. Good save there. Whistle will blow with under 15 seconds to go. Only a couple more moments for the two teams to let each other know how much they love each other. So that's probably why Mickey Burns is in the box here. Another power play with the last 13 seconds.
Penalty against the Ironmen. Too many men on the ice, being served by number 27, Mickey Burns.
So they actually call that penalty too many men on the ice. And it's being served by the captain and Mickey Burns as Hun gets a quick shot, 10 seconds left. It's covered up by Connor Callahan. So the last 10 seconds, the captain will watch from the sin bin. As Manlor almost put one home. 5 seconds, can they get one last shot off? Buzzer sounds, the final is going to be 8-1. Don Bosco Prep defeats the Hun School of Princeton in a memorable game here from Citi Field, the home of the Mets. Greg Tosco's Don Bosco Ironmen now improved to 12-0-1 on the season. Their second win outdoors in a New York baseball stadium in about 4 years, playing in Yankee Stadium back in 2014, and now the opportunity to play here along what would be the infield of Citi Field, and coming away with a victory 8-1. Hun School's lone goal scored by Brian Nelson on a power play opportunity in the third period. Don Bosco with Tyler Sedlak, he had 3. George Wiener had 2. And the captain, Mickey Burns, also got in the scoring column with a goal. Mickey Burns heading to UVM. He'll be playing alongside Kyle Mandlor potentially in a couple years, who's also heading to UVM. So 2 phenomenal players that will look forward to following their careers on to the next level. It's been a phenomenal experience here, a cold experience, but a phenomenal one at that. Here at Citi Field in Flushing, New York, it is the Don Bosco Ironmen who win 8-1. And that's going to do it for us here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. For my director and Josh Sperber, Henry Gold, our cameraman, And Ronald Pressman as well, a cameraman. I'm Simon Rosenwasser. We thank you for joining us. And we'll see you next time here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. The final here, 8-1. We'll let this one play out so you can get a little photo opportunity, get to see a little photo opportunity with the two schools here at Citi Field. So with that picture, we will leave you. So long here from Citi Field. 8-1, Don Bosco defeats the Hun School of Princeton. And a great time to be had. Great time had by all of those players on the ice. And us here at the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Thanks for joining us, everyone.